ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। We continue our study of Manomaya Kosha, and we are Vijnanamaya Kosha, and we are coming to the very end of the last shloka of Vijnanamaya Kosha, shloka number 188. देहादिनिष्ठाश्रमधर्मकर्म गुणाभिमानं सततं ममेति विज्ञानकोशोऽयमतिप्रकाशः प्रकृष्टसान्निध्यवशात् परात्मनः अतो भवेत्येष उपाधिरस्य यदात्मधीः संसरति भ्रमेण. So this Vijnanamaya Kosha over here, Deha Adi Nishtha Ashrama Dharma Karma Guna Abhimanam Satatam Mama Iti. So that is the prose order over here. It is saying Deha Adi Nishthaha. Deha, body, etc. So the Sthula Sharira and then the Sukshma Sharira Adi. So Sthula Sharira, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, all of this Dehadi Nishtha Ashrama Dharma Karma. Ashrama, the four Varnashrama of the Sthula Sharira, the Varnashrama of this Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Vargashrama, Brahmachari, Grahasthashram, Vanaprasthashram, and Sannyasashram, Guna Abhimanam, and all the gunas born out of this, Ashrama, Dharma, Karma, and the karmas associated with it, and with all the various gunas born out of it, different temperament of the equipment, then different temperament of the dealing with the world of objects, different temperaments of feelings and emotions. You can see gunas are so many, each one of them interacting The sharir, the sthula sharira has dharma, the karana sharira has its own dharma and karma. All of these satatam mama iti, continuously it is me, it is mine. Satatam mama iti, continuously they are mine, it is mine, they are mine. All of this body is mine, the mind is mine. And because I have owned up my mind, I own up all the emotions, the feelings, all the climatic conditions on the inside are completely owned up by me. The sthula sharir is owned by me. The varnashrama dharmas are owned by me. The vargashrama dharmas are owned by me. And as per the gunas of the prakriti of this particular equipment, of the senses of perception and action, so is the karma. The interaction with the objective reality, all of this, satatam mama iti, continuously the jiva ekes out its own individual cooked up world. Owning up the equipment, it dwells within the boundaries, the peripheries of the equipment, and it owns up everything. And then over here, Vijnana Koshaha Ayam Paratmanaha Prakrushta Sanidhya Ati Prakashaha. And this Vijnanamaya Kosha, Ayam Vijnanamaya Koshaha, then it is said Paratmanaha, this absolute self, Paratmanaha Prakrushta Sanidhya, very well in close proximity with the Paramatma. Ati Prakashaha, the very light of this consciousness awareness, that light, it is in so much close proximity with the absolute. In this cave of the intellect, this light shines brilliantly. And ataha, thereafter, eshaha, this atma, upadhistaha, abiding in this upadhi of annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, in this close proximity of this, what happens? Yat atmadhihi brahmena samsarati, out of ignorance, this jiva, it continuously in this cycle of samsara, brahmena, it moves about, not realizing it is this absolute. So this is the Vijnanamaya Kosha over here. Asya ataha, thereafter, over here, Esha asya upadhihi bhavati. This becomes the upadhi of the jiva. And then the jiva accepting all this upadhi, yat atmadhihi, this buddhi, because in the close proximity of this awareness consciousness, lends its awareness consciousness to this jiva, and this jiva, yat atmadhihi, it thinks I am this, not realizing the original consciousness, unable to recognize the absolute awareness. Now it turns its attention towards what is in close proximity, And all this upadhi is closest to it, the mind and its emotions and feelings, the body and the dharma of the bodies, etc., what it is exposed to, all of this, samsarati brahmena. Very well, this jiva moves about in this uh, cycle of creation. In this way, we have completed this Vijnanamaya Kosha. Now, we do the next section, shlokas 189, 190 and 191. 3 shlokas over here. Again, Shankaracharya ji, before he goes to the next kosha, the avidya kosha, he revisits this Atma again to remind us that that is the goal, that is who I really am, that is my nature. It Shankaracharya ji over here with these shlokas, he reminds us. Yoyam vijnanamshu hrudi sfuratyayam jyotihi kutastha sannatma karta bhokta bhavatyupadhistaha. So, yaha ayam vijnanamayah praneshu hrudi. Yaha, this ayam, this particular ayam, vijnanamaya, this vijnanamaya kosha, praneshu hrudi is a very technical term over here. When it is said praneshu mayi, this is a very technical term known as samipya. Over here, samipya saptami. Samipya saptami meaning the Vijnanamaya kosha is closest to Atma. And in this close proximity, the adhyas that happens, that is talked about over here. But over here, the Vijnanamaya kosha, the jiva, not being able to see the absolute, what does it do? It identifies with the equipment over here, upadhi. And this upadhi is referred to praneshu hrudi, meaning out of the presence of pranas, the inner equipment and the outer equipment both are working perfectly. Both of them perfectly working together over here is referred to as praneshu hrudi. And because of the presence of the pranas, the body is enlivened. Because of the presence of the pranas, the mind is also enlivened as a manomaya kosha. And that jiva identifies. It identifies with the senses over here, mind with its senses of perception, sharira with its senses of actions, and the objective reality. All of them, sfurati ayam jyotihi. Ayam jyotihi, this light, the self-effulgent, it shines furati. Then, kutastha san atma, this atma which is kutastha, anvil-like, meaning changeless. This changeless self, because now praneshu hrudi, that very close proximity of the pranas and livening this equipment and the jiva dwelling within the cave of the intellect and the light of awareness and livening from the Vijnanamaya Kosha all the way up to Annamaya Kosha, in this very close proximity of this entire equipment over here, that Kutastha Atma, what happens? Karta, Bhokta, Upadistha, Bhavati. It becomes the Karta. The equipment is doing it. Now the Atma becomes the Karta. The equipment is enjoying some karma phala. So now the Atma, poor Atma, becomes the enjoyer of the karma phala. In this way, that Atma, as though it loses its, as though it loses its status of Kutastha, and it now becomes limited as Karta, Bhokta. I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, and that becomes its fate, it becomes its destiny. And as the karma, so is the karmic debt. As the enjoyership, such is the greater and greater attachment or negative attachment, which is hatred for a particular action, particular person, particular situation. And in this way, the stage is set for the jiva to go on in countless transmigrations of life after death, continuously going through that consciousness which is ever pure, that Kutastha, that consciousness now becomes attached. It becomes attached as a jiva in this whole web of transmigration. Swayam parichedamupetya buddhehe तादात्म्य दोषेण परं मृषात्मनः सर्वात्मकः सन्नपि वीक्षते स्वयं स्वतः पृथक्त्वेन मृदो घटानिव. Swayam, this Swayam Param Mrushatmanaha, this Atma by itself, which is so divine, which is completely unattached to anything, but now what happens? This Param Mrushatmanaha, this Atma Param Mrushatmanaha, as though over here identification with this limitedness. Mrushatmanaha, the identification with this false equipment, Mrushatmanaha, it says buddhehe tadatmya doshena. This buddhehe, born out of this buddhi, tadatmya dosha, tadeva atma tadatmya, that I alone am my mind, I alone am my pranas, I alone am my sharira, and based upon the dharma of the sharira, these objects are mine, these people I'm related to. All of the upadhi dharma starts, and that absolute now becomes this limited. So, buddhehe tadatmya doshena parichedam upeti. This parichinna, limited, upeti, it attains, it acquires. This paratma, this absolute, buddhi brahmena, because of this some brahma, non-apprehension of this absolute leads to misapprehension that all this is me. And then that Atma, Swayam, Sarvatmakaha, that Atma which is the very essence of everything, that which is all, pervading. Sarvatmakah san api mruda ghata mrudah ghatan iva, just like the mud pots identified these. When we say cup, when we say saucer, when we say a spoon, everything made out of mud. We say the spoon, mud pot lid, cup, mud saucer. Actually, it is mud and mud alone. It is nothing other than mud. But the name of the akruti, of the form, the name and form, when they arrive, individuality is superimposed upon this mud, and the same mud becomes a cup. The mud becomes a saucer. From the standpoint of mud, there is no such thing as saucer. There is no such thing as cup. There is no such thing as a pot. It is mud alone. Mud only knows mud. In the language of mud, there are no names and forms. Names and forms, out of the inability to see absolute, the names and forms are superimposed where? On the same Atma. And what is this Atma? All of this. It is the very substratum. Not being able to see the very support of plurality, the Jiva superimposes upon the plurality itself the world of names and forms. That is what is said over here. Swataha pruthakvena vikshate. This Jiva sees itself pruthak, different. Different like what? Like the cup, like the saucer, like the pot. All the names and forms from the standpoint of mud are mud alone. Mrittikeva satyam. Bas. This is in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The mud alone is real. All else is nothing but superimposed. That is the nature of Atma. Atma is the very support. The support not seen, we superimpose onto. What do we superimpose onto the support? The world of names and forms. Like how onto the mud, various articles born out of mud are superimposed as name and form. But Atma alone is. In the same way, this Atma, when it reflects in the cave of the intellect, because of Praneshu Sati, in close proximity of the equipment Upadhi, it owns up the equipment and the gunas of the equipment, and that absolute now becomes a limited. That limited Atma is subjected to samsara samsrutihi, continuously going in cycle of birth and death in this creation. But Atma is ever apart from it, is what is seen. Continuing, Upadi sambandhavashat paratma Yupadi dharman anubhati tad gunaha. अयो विकारान विकारिवः निवत् सदैकरूपोऽपि परस्वभावात्. So this Atma, avikari, this Atma which is non, it does not modify, not having the nature of modification. So avikari Atma, vahnivat, like fire. Last example, mud and mud objects were taken. Mrudaha ghatan iva. This example, fire is taken. So, vahnivat over here, avikari vahnivat ayaha vikaran. The iron ball, a big iron ball, a small iron ball, a small piece of iron. When the ironsmith makes various articles out of iron, he puts various pieces of iron into the fire. The fire's dharma is heat and light. The heat and the glowing redness is transferred to the iron, which is cold to touch and it is dense. Fire is not dense. Now, fire takes the shape of the iron, and iron takes the qualities of fire, which is hot. So, in this way, there is mutual superimpositioning which happens. Ayo vikari, the iron which is subjected to all modifications. But avikari vahnivat, the fire never goes through any modification. The iron is beaten into a spoon, it is beaten into a spatula, it is beaten into a crucible, it is beaten into a cauldron. Various names and forms are born out of fire, born out of iron, which is heated up, but not the fire. So over here it is saying paraha swabhavat, this paraha atma swabhavat, paratma sada eka rupa api, this paramatma eternally of this one homogeneous mass of conscious blissful existence, that Atma upadi sambandhavashat, because of the close proximity of this equipment, upadi dharman, all the dharmas born out of upadi, tad gunaha, and its gunas, anubhati, it shines in this way. So this is the second example. From the standpoint of mud, mud alone is. Mud pervades all mud objects. Mud is the adhishthanam, it's the substratum. In that pure mud existence, there is awareness. That awareness principle over here as ayaha vahnivat, like iron and fire is taken. Consciousness lends its sentiency to the inert iron, and the inert shape of iron is transferred onto the fire. So the fire now becomes a red hot a ball of fire. Fire does not have the weight of the iron. Fire does not have the shape round of the iron, but there is mutual superimposition. So consciousness lends its sentiency to the equipment, and the equipment lends its inertness to consciousness. So when the inertness is superimposed onto consciousness, what is the inertness? The limited nature. That limited nature, when it is superimposed onto consciousness, it becomes the limited jiva. The absolute, infinite, blissful self now becomes a limited jiva. And the limitation of the jiva is determined by what? It is determined by the limitations of the equipment. If it is a tiger equipment, that tiger jiva is limited to the gunas of the tiger. If that jiva happens to have the equipment of a dog, the gunas of the dog is what the jiva embraces and lives according to. And if that equipment is human, then it lives according to the human. That is, the Anyo Anya Adhyas is talked about in this shloka of pure consciousness. The existence principle is shloka 190. The conscious principle is shloka number 191. Shankaracharya ji doesn't leave any ambiguity. This is the glory of this teaching over here, this unattached Atma, from the standpoint of existence, from the standpoint of awareness principle. Very beautifully, he points out Atma is something completely other than this Upadhi. And you know, this example of Ayo Vahnivat he has taken before. He's reiterating these points because now over here he is gaining more and more clarification for the student. The student gets more and more clarification. We will continue with the next shlokas next time. What is liberation? This is a thought. So we will continue in the next class the thought of the student. What is liberation? Because we have to see it with the answer that Guru gives on this. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.